all of us here, you know, we some good brothers. We open to suggestions.
Right.
But y'all just wanted to still flow in the way that y'all trying to get it to flow.
That's the main thing for us to remain, you know, the creative force behind it, and to make sure that no one else is pushing their agenda on us and things like that.
Right.
I mean, because for one, we're a group of very well educated brothers, so
And we in the streets.
yeah, straight up.
But see, that's what people forget though.
But see, at the same time, if you bring a contract, don't think, oh, we see a contract, we gonna get scared. We're not those type of brothers.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
okay.
So regardless of what's thrown our way, you know, we gonna sit down and dissect it, and we'll let you know when we ready to come back to the table to discuss the terms.
No
You see what I'm
pressure.
saying?
Ain't no pressure.
Yeah, so
Like you said, that's what we really need. We really need real people from the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who really smart to teach our youth, because the youth not gonna respect it. You know what I'm saying? They know authenticity when they see it. You know what I'm saying? So when they see a real person from the street who really came up from that struggle that they in right now, they gonna respect that more than a teacher, a scholar, who, you know what I'm saying, who never came from that background. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but then again, to touch back on the kids, when y'all say how it's hard to teach the kids something, and then they come back home and they pick up the traits from at home, how do we keep empowering these kids to do better? Because some parents ain't gonna teach them better.
Right.
So how do we as a community help those children who don't have that at home that's gonna help them out?
When like we talk about in our meeting, when we deal with kids, it's not a one-time engagement, and it can't be a one-time engagement. So we continue to follow up with them. So even though we may give them empowerment, and they go home and some of the stuff is forgotten, or some of the stuff is countered by their parents, the next encounter they see us, I mean, we're going to be on the same thing. You know, we never deviate from what we're trying to do, and that is to empower them. So every time we meet them, it's always that, and it's always to track the progress in them. So in the community, if you're helping someone, it can't be a one-time thing. You can't give them, you know, a little bit of help and then expect them to fly on a straight and narrow, because it's so much noise out here in the world. So you have to put time in with them, just like raising your kids. You can't just, you know, give them a little something and expect for them to go out in the world and
know everything.
know everything.
But how many times have y'all had a parent come back at y'all like, you trying to teach my kids this, you know, because you got those parents too?
Yeah, we have experience.
Okay.
Because you get the real,
we put in the kid, the parent won't in their child.
Okay.
Like I had one few of the parents call, text me yesterday, Happy Father's Day, because you know what I'm saying, they was like, you talk to my kid, you know, it's better than their father do. You know what I'm saying? If their father not around, like one of my kids, Eddie, his dad doing life. You know what I'm saying? But see, he's doing different things, because he's like reaching out for love. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing. They don't have any love, you know.
Right. I don't be crying for
They
attention,
be crying.
so that's why they do the thing they do.
You know what I'm saying? And that attention they might want that attention from their dad or their mom, whoever's
They ain't
from.
getting
You know
it at
what I'm
home.
saying? They're not getting it. You know what I'm saying?
One thing we do have to do for the kids well too, just like Willie said, we empower them, another thing. But let the kids know, you got a 50-50 chance having a good mom or dad.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily just, you know, it's easy. I won't say it's easy, because my father wasn't around when I was growing up either. But here's the thing about it, you can't use that as excuse. So
Exactly.
Exactly.
I don't have my dad around, this, that, and that. Okay, he ain't around. What do you do? What do you have? So focus on what you have, because like I said, it's a 50-50 chance you're going to have a good mama. You're going to have a good daddy. You can have mom and dad in the house, both of them be crazy, I don't know what. You don't know. Focus on what you got, because at the end of the day, you still know right and wrong. And when you get caught up in that court system, they don't care about that.
Exactly.
They don't care. So that's one other thing we have to see and look some of these boys in the eye, because like I said, we black men united. We had no shortage right now of black men in the community with no backbone. When we want people to look at us and think about us, when you hear black men united, you think of good, strong brothers. And like I said again, we ain't here to critique kids and say what you have or what you're not doing or what's wrong with you, stuff like that. We're going to tell you the right way to do it. All right, this is how a man look. This is how a man talk. This is how a man carry himself. This is how a man take care of his family. We ain't no shortage. These not sorry brothers in here. We ain't sitting here talking about anything like that. And that's in it. And, you know, I wouldn't be dealing with it. None of us would be dealing with each other if we had them shortcomings. So again, everything that we say to you, we doing. And we providing that example. All that we just need the kids to do is listen. Like I said, I've been doing kids 16 years and stuff like that. All the kids want to do is get their time and be honest with them. and they'll be fine.
And what I was just about to touch on is it's not just the kids who out here saying I ain't got no daddy, I ain't had no daddy growing up. Right. You got the adults out here saying I'm acting this way because I ain't had my daddy. Like, you grown now. Like, so how you instill that into a grown person? Like, you can teach a kid growing up, right, but when you already grown and you still got that mindset of I ain't had my daddy, that's why I'm this way, how you get them on the right track?
Yeah. Well, it's easy for me to sit here and say, don't be a victim, because what happens to anybody affects people in different ways. So that I won't sit here and say that. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you're a grown man. I mean, what's happened happened. If you didn't have your father around, you didn't have your mother around, all us came up in the 90s. A lot of folks affected. Mamas and daddies on dope, everything like that. See your mama doing this, see your daddy doing this, your uncles doing that. I seen it all. So it's easy to sit here and discredit it and say, hey, listen, move on, man. But at the end of the day, you still grown. What didn't happen. You still here. You got to decide to make that change, because you can't. What you didn't have, you got to move past that and focus on what you do have. And if you do that, you'll be a whole lot better on. And that go for a lot of, men's health.
That's real talk right there.
Yeah, you got to be more than better. You got to be. It's a self thing. You know what I'm saying? You got to have yourself. You got to be in competition with yourself to gain more knowledge and gain understanding. Like you saying, like if you didn't have it, okay, we can't. You got to grow from that. You know what I'm saying? Like most people don't make that a better thing. You know what I'm saying? They say that they want to keep that saying, like you say, grown person saying that. Mm-hmm. Come on, how you 30, 40 years old saying you had no dad? You know what I'm saying? Come on.
But then too, just to be a little empathetic, help us help you. What issues are you having? What are you going through? A lot of times, it's all, it boils down to financials. So, instead of me going into my pocket, taking off my table, my food off my table, let me help you, get some money. What your credit look like? Let's repair your credit. Let's start a business. Let's go and get some business credit. Let's go get some funding. What it is that you like doing. Sure. And let's harbor that. Let's work on that.
See, I know for me, because I really came from the struggle.
Right.
So when I see people out here complaining about their life and stuff they've been through, mm-hmm. I don't have pity for people like that, because I've been through it and I've overcame it. Mm-hmm. So I just be trying to speak to people and try to get them to understand how to overcome it. But a lot of times they look at it like you talking down on them. You making them feel like less than, when really you trying to help them. Right. So it's hard to help some people who are sensitive like that. Mm-hmm. So how do y'all reach out and speak to people who have that sensitive thing where you talking to them and they feel like you talking at them?
Right. I mean, honestly, I haven't had that experience, but if I do run across that, I'm gonna find the nearest psychiatrist.
Some people, it's just defensive. Like I said, it comes from your home base. Yeah. It starts with morals and values and principles. Right. So sometimes, however your parents raised you, that's how you're gonna come up to be. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you might talk and be like, that sounds just like my mom. That sounds just like my dad right now. You know what I'm saying? So when you get older, you might feel like, oh, that's right, but somebody might tell you that's not right. You know what I'm saying? Might really be trying to tell you, like, just because your moms and your dad might have taught you that, don't mean that it was right. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people are defensive in this world, to where they feel like you're down in them, you're down in them, you're down in them, and then it's never gonna get better. It's just gonna start a debate. You feel me?
I think that's where your finesse game have to come in at. To put it in a more, I guess, politically correct way. It's the psychology in it. A lot of times, if you take the approach of, well, just because your parents was like that, don't mean you have to be like that, or you don't have to stay in your situation. You grown now. Most people automatically get on the defense when you come at them in that approach. Mm-hmm. So what I tend to find more beneficial and more helpful is to kind of agree. You agree and to get them to see, oh yeah, I understand what you're saying. You relate. And you slowly start to pull it back, here and there. Once you see that they starting to pull back a little bit, you pull back. You don't be so aggressive. True. Then when they loosen up a little bit more, then you go in a little bit more. You see what I'm saying? So your finesse game, the psychology in it, you have to play a part. Anytime you're dealing with people, you got to understand that's another body of emotions.
I think social media has made everybody emotional, because everybody, you got the gay world, so you can't really call them gay. You don't know what you call them, like LGBT, whatever you call them. So you got to You gotta step around every little thing, you know what I'm saying? Everybody just so sensitive. Back in the days, it wasn't like that.
Yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, when you know what you stand for, like with us, like Chris was saying, this is the foundation we build. This is what we're trying to do. It's nothing but positive. So if I come speak to you, hey, listen, brother, I'm not going to address you gay. I'm not going to address you homosexual. I'm going to address you as a man. Standing in front of me, that's what I see. Yes. That's what you was born as. Or no disrespect, but I'm going to speak to you direct. If you choose not to have the conversation, that's your choice. But this is my standpoint. I know what I stand for. This is what we're trying to do. It's not negative, but this is, if we're going to have this conversation, this is how we're going to have this conversation. Sure. So in regards of addressing them correctly and things like that, for me, and I think, for some of the brothers here, we tend not to get in too deep into all that. We just address the person. Whatever you do is what you do. If you talking to me, asking me what this stands for, then that's what I'm going to talk to you about. And I'm going to talk to you about everything. But when you try to take it, well, what about my community and things like that, where if you say your community is the black community, your community is this community, then it's our community, not your community. But if you're trying to touch on the subject of, the LGBT community, then, hey, is it men in that is it black men in there?
I feel like they help out that community more than the black community.
They got all kind of rights. We don't have none.
Yeah, they just keep separating everything.
Yeah. One of the main reasons though, for the LGBT,
all of them peoples.
they unified.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Really, Willie said, when you're trying to help people like we doing and stuff, we're trying to help them empower them. You gotta realize everybody ain't built the same. Mm-hmm. You say something, you say something to me, I might crumble. I say something to you, you fine with it. But when you're helping people, you gotta come and go. You gotta be able to circumvent all that, and that's one of the biggest things with us. Like I said, we sit down and talk. We don't always see eye to eye on everything, but we got one come and go. And when you can sit there and do that, and like I said again, that's one of the biggest things with, especially black men, we gotta learn how to agree to disagree. Yeah. And when we got that calm and go, and just like I say, you're a little more sensitive to this subject, you get angry and stuff like that, hey, look, put it aside, because this is calm and go. I got 4 boys, and I tell my sons them all the time, anytime somebody talk to you, just listen to them. That just for the simple fact that person had to speak to you at all. Now you might, after they get through talking, you might not agree with a word they said, but just listen to it, because they can say 5 or 6 things, and one of them things can critically impact you. And if we can sit there and just put all those egos and shields down, we'll be a whole lot further along. I ain't got no problem with nobody doing their personal business. But at the end of the day, as long as we trying to get stuff done, you can help me, fine. I ain't trying to convert nobody, whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
This all the time. Sometimes people just gotta sit down and listen. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
Yeah, because some people feel like, some people don't listen because they feel like you trying to change them, trying to make them something that they not. And really, that's not what somebody's trying to do. We just trying to get you to help us empower everybody else.
But that's what I ask. What are you though? What I mean, what's your thing? A lot of people, they be holding on to something that's is not even real. You know what I'm saying? It has no substance.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that, this is you and this is your life. I ain't trying to downplay that, disregard what your experience has been. But at the end of the day, if it ain't for empowering us as a whole on a collective, it's bigger than me. It's bigger than all of us. You see what I'm saying? Are you on that? If you're not on that, then I don't know what are you on. And that's my approach to it. So
I mean,
people
but you see
those
this
type
stuff
of egos.
It'd be hard. It'd be hard dealing with those type of people with them type of egos.
And then I see a lot of the youngest, they respect the money more than they respect the knowledge.
Yeah.
Out here. No,
you gotta have money for them to listen to you.
You be a snitch out here in the streets. You know what I'm saying? You be a snitch out here in the street. I don't care, but he got some money though. He paid. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going for that first hand with my 16-year-old.
Yeah, so it's like they respecting the money more than them principles and the morals and values. So it's hard to get into their head. And they not knowing, Tupac, when he died, he ain't have a lot of money. Martin Luther King, when he died, he didn't have a lot of money. The greatest people, when they passed on this earth, they didn't have a lot of money, but they touched a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? That the people hearts that they touched, that was worth more than money.
Yeah, you see, let me cut you off, but the young kid just see the facade. They don't. They don't know if a cat just say he got $100,000. They don't know how he got it. He might have worked hard for it. You know what I'm saying? He was in the grind to get it. Legally. Or you look, I'm just saying how he got it, whatever. They think it's just gonna come fall
Yeah,
out
it's
the
gonna
sky.
fall out the
You know,
tree.
and he had to lap just like that. You know, they don't understand working hard.
I blame it on
Oh yeah,
I
I was
agree.
just gonna say.
TV on what you looking at.
It's money.
You looking
Yes.
at the money. You looking at the jewelry. You looking at the cars. You
Yes.
looking at the women. They ain't worried about how all that came into fruition. You know
They just want to get that.
They ain't caring about that. All they know is that right there.
That's what I want. That's what I want.
I want that. Well, whatever I gotta do, I don't want to do, but I want that.
Yeah.
They fooling you. Cause I'd rather wear a Black Man United tee than wear these clothes with holes in it that they wearing. You know what I'm saying? Like they fooling them, buying $1,000 shirts with a hole in it. You know what I'm saying? Buying leather pants with a
I seen somebody with some $5,000 boots on today.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It goes to show you we got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, but they want to support your people. You come through with a $20 tee, they don't want to buy it, but Versace come through with the $500 tee with the hole in it, they gonna buy it. It's just, they lost.
Like it's the facade. Like
Man,
I'm saying.
Now, based off of what you just said, if there's any other organization that's out there listening, which is true, a lot of people just kind of sidestep you. Oh, no, but when a big name brand come by and stuff like that, they jump all on it. So what I want to say is just stay encouraged. Stay true to the mission. I know it's been plenty of time. Chris might have been out there and be like, I'm good, bro. But he never let it deter him. Because he understands what he's doing. He understands why he's doing what he's doing. Sure. So we can't never we can't never get all in our feelings about something. We just got to stay to the mission and stay the course and continue to keep doing it. One young man or one young person might not want it, but the next one is going to love it. The next
one monkey don't stop no show.
They're going to remember that. You know what I'm saying? And we have seen that plenty of times. We have seen it plenty of times.
And one important thing to always keep in mind, when you talking and dealing with people that's younger than you, remember you were that age once. I mean, I was looking at old picture of me at 5'9", and you sit there and you look like you got $1,000,000 bucks. I know I had my so we all have to remember, that used to be us.
Right.
It might be a different look or everything, but that used to be us. So keep that in mind. And so when you want to holler at them, just think about what made you think that way and stuff like that. One of the biggest things that's hurting us right now as a community is we have an issue with delayed gratification. And what I mean by that is every time that we start talking about some kind of positivity, any kind of growth, what are you gonna give me now? And they understanding that look, it's gonna be a journey. If you give me $1 now, in 20 years that dollar can be worth $100,000. Then if you cool with grinding over that time doing it, that's fine. It ain't gonna come overnight. Cash 3 is just that, cash 3. And if you think you can make money that quick, you out of your mind.
Most definitely.
When you find people that are older, sustainable and everything, they're real comfortable in life, you'll see they done accumulate that over time. And once we can sit there and get people on that same mind frame of doing that and stuff, because I got a son playing college football now, you hear a lot of times, we talk and you hear people saying that, well, how do the athletes blow all this money? How do the athletes blow that money? And you think about it. Think about what you were doing at 21, 22, 23, 24. So if you got $2, $3 million, I know I'd have lost my mind too.
They getting more money now.
But here the flip side of it is, when you sit there and say, how did those kids blow that money? You 30, 40, 50 years old, why you ain't got money like that? And that same thought process, you got to sit there and have. Because like I said, the easiest thing for anyone to do is spot check and critique people. Holler at folks and everything. So that's one of the biggest things. We can get, everybody kind of buy in. Look, what we're trying to do is not necessarily, with Shannon Point, what we're doing right now. Look, we can have a whole wealthy community. And we can bring all that stuff back in. Everybody looking to buy in, build, have a 5, 10, 15, 20-year plan with getting everything done. Because that's what's going on everywhere else.
Yep.
Everything that's going on that happened over there. And when you see over with East Lake Meadows, what's happening in Cascade, what's finna happen over there in Bankhead, what happened over there on Perry Boulevard and Hollywood Road. Listen, that stuff planned 5, 10 years ago. I was going to the NPU meetings 10 years ago. What was in the works and what's going on? I seen them plans 10 years ago. It's not stuff that just happened where the white folks want to move back. They been gonna move back.
They was working on it.
The thing about it is, don't sit there and just wait for it to happen. They be like, wow, they trying to push us out. They been gonna push you out. You could have fixed it 10 years ago. Empower yourself. Go to the NPU meetings. Go talk to your city councilman. your congressmen and stuff like that. Find out number one who they are. Have them things that know what they do for you. Like I said, you got Google, YouTube, everything that's accessible to you for free.
And then we're gonna put together another program for that as well. That was one of the programs. We got a list though of things.
Okay.
We didn't bring it, but we do got a list of a lot of different good things that we got going on.
You got a whole
Stack.
A curriculum.
That's
Because what he touched on is serious in regards to people feeling like they being moved out of certain areas and stuff, and then they wait until the last minute to say something and want to do something. Like that right there is very serious right now, especially in my area, Smyrna area. You know, they got the Braves Stadium over there now, so now all the black people feel like they just getting pushed out and they leaving. So everybody relocating, but the thing is why y'all leaving? Stick around. Let's make it good for us too.
Right.
Yeah, because that area gonna be pumping for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like my brother said, it's about educating yourself.
Yep.
You know, you take the time to educate yourself and to think, future.
Yeah.
Think ahead instead of the YOLO. And, you know what I'm saying?
That's how they hold a lot of our people back, though, because a lot of our people just stuck on food stamps and assistance. And you'll never really come up that way unless you really know how to deal.
And this is what I try to tell people is a lot of people don't understand. My daddy taught me, like, my mama got food stamps, but my daddy taught us growing up, like, don't be like that. You don't need that. That ain't gonna support you. Yeah. But a lot of people out here having kids, out here getting baby daddies living off of the girls because they get these food stamps and stuff. People don't realize in order to get food stamps, you got to work less than 9 hours a week.
Yeah.
9 hours a week, you only getting $300 a month. How are you paying your bills? Yeah. So I think a lot of people need to understand that too.
You can have you stuck. So you understand, like, you can see people like, okay, like back in the day, like people like may say born home, and they would have generations stay there because they trick you thinking you're just satisfied with just being on food stamps and just being on the low income rents and stuff. So how can you save any money when you're not working to make any money? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like you say, you're gonna work 9 hours a week. Okay, how can you save money? You're making $300 a month. You know, that's just crazy. And we stay, and then we black folks just trying to stay in one thing. Like, okay, she getting the food stamps, so I can stay at home to play the game all day because I can eat all day.
The individual, they're not getting married. A woman not finna marry this brother, knowing that it gonna take her food stamps away when they get married because now they gotta report both incomes.
Thank you. Exactly.
So you don't even know what it's doing to our
cycle.
It's just all bad.
It's all bad. But most people don't realize how bad it is because they look at it like it's help. Right. Like they helping. But the people like me who work 40 hours a week, I make good money, but I might need some help too. Right. We not getting help. They only helping the ones who want to sit down and stay at home and not do nothing on their own.
That's the trick. That's the trick.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm not a supporter of, I'm going to reckon and say this. I'm not a supporter of our president, Donald Trump. But at the same time, though, the things that he does preach about, number one being, food stamps and things, the welfare system, and a lot of people look at it like, oh, it's going to hurt us, I look at it like, it may help us.
Yeah. It's going to help us.
You know what? Those people, I keep saying it, I keep, testifying to my brother account, is educating yourself. If a lot of us understood that us as a black community, we was not Democrats. We were Republicans.
No.
When they came off of slavery, we wanted our independence. Right. So we didn't want government assistance. We worked for what we needed. You see what I'm saying? It was real. But they seen it. They seen it as a way to control us. Mm-hmm. They seen it as a way to conquer and divide. And then that's what happened. So a lot of people now is got it misconstrued and thinking like, oh, they taking away our welfare and stuff. It was never designed to be ours. We didn't want it. Right. Your ancestors and forefathers, they didn't want it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's just the once they killed them off because they was too strong, then they started, just trickling it in, and then all of a sudden now, this is where we at right now.
And I look at it as a way to keep black people down too. Yeah. Now, granted, it is a lot of white people getting assistance now, sure. But in regards to us as black people, I feel like it kind of like keep us back because you got so many people who feel like they need. You got so many people that feel like they need that assistance, or I can do this and still be at home with my kids.
Right.
So you you just want to be able to let people know that that ain't something that they need, and that if they go out here and make this money and do this stuff on their own, they'll be way better off as people.
Yeah, yeah.
But number one, you got to see yourself for that stuff. You know, you know, if you want to, the main difference, to be honest with you, between the person that got something, the person that don't got something, the person that got something did it. Your path, my path, might be totally different. It might take me 20 years, it might take you 2 years, but at the end of the day, if I want it, I'm gonna get it. And I think as long as you have that mindset, you'll be fine. I mean, it's easy to sit here and say, well, he got this, or he made this money, or he got that money, she do this, she do that. Nah, if I want it, I'm gonna get it.
Right.
I mean, I mean, all us came, you know, grew up in Atlanta. I worked pig. Like I said, I worked out fast food on Bankhead growing up. And every time I knew what I wanted to be. I wasn't tripping. I've been sitting there working at Miss One's. Yeah, you know, back in the 90s, dope boy come in, throw money on the counter. I mean, I wasn't tripping about that. You don't like it. And it pissed you off. But at the end of the day, I knew where I was going to be at. Mm-hmm. And if you sit there and just say, okay, this is what I want. And at the end of the day, people can sit here and just say that, you know, these are things I'm wanting. It ain't going to happen overnight. You get lucky sometimes, you know, bam, it happen and stuff like that. Most times you gotta get your scars.
Yeah,
if
you gotta
want to get them scars and stuff like that, it's all worth it. And the thing of it is, once you got them scars, you're gonna make no more mistakes because you know what it is. Right. You can lose everything you got, everything. You can get it right back because you went through that. You know, I don't be tripping about if I take an L. Because I know if I take an L, I'll learn from it. I ain't gonna take an L again. I'll be the fool to do that.
But the people out here that don't know no better is the ones who ain't never been through nothing.
Yeah. You gotta try. You gotta try. Because like I said, at the end of the day, again, we still keep just saying, okay, well, I ain't did this, ain't do it. I done did just about everything you can name, and I done messed up on a whole lot of stuff, but at the end of that, I did it. So once you get past that, you know, don't get stuck into it. You know, Trump got, you know, really in the office with all that making great America great again. You know, we say, well, we want to bring production back, bring manufacturing back. That ain't coming back. I mean, if I can get a T-shirt made in China for $1, and it take me, that's, you know, not even $1, but then it's gonna take me almost $15 to get it made in the U.S. It's not coming back. And right now, you still got them people over there in Silicon Valley. They putting stuff up right now that's gonna take another 2 or 3 million jobs. So at the end of the day, you got to sit there and empower yourself. You can't sit here and wait. Well, who hiring? No, go make your own money.
Right, make yourself a job.
You know, that's one of the biggest things. If you can get over that hump and stop worrying about what somebody else gonna do for you, or somebody else can give you, fine. You get 5 or 6 hustles. You know, and that's on you to do.
And quit taking all your money and putting it on the re-up. Right. That be the problem too, because then you take a loss from that, and then now where's your investment at?
Yeah.
A lot of people win like that though, so it's not to criminate nobody. A lot of people don't win like that. So lots of people just want to be entrepreneurs now. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's one thing to make money doing it, and you got to put some money aside to build something else. Build something that you can say, I made something of this. Not all your money going right back into the sack.
That's not a hustler. Right. That's not a hustler. You know what I'm saying? That's not a hustler at all. You know what I'm saying? A hustler gonna know he gonna know to put his profit up, and then he gonna go back to the store with the other money. You know what I'm saying? So you know, it's all about being with you. And people don't get it misconstrued because like hustling ain't just about selling drugs.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's on all levels.
And that's what we teach and preach to the young men. Just letting them know. Can't nobody, regardless of your background or things you done, you have done. Can't nobody hold you back. Can't nobody stop you but you.
But you.
You know what I'm saying? We know plenty convicted felons, 2-time, 3-time, 4-time felons that got out here and got it the right way. You see what I'm saying? Right. Because it's the mindset of once you get that felon or get that charge or whatever, you think like, oh, it's over. No, it ain't over. It's only over when you accept it. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what we try to tell the young boys that, regardless of what's happening or what have happened to you, can't nobody stop you. I mean, you're still unstoppable.
True.
For one, you being a black man, I mean, you're a threat. True. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're a threat. Can't nobody stop you.
And it seems like with us, it seems like once a black man or a black woman, once they get to the top, I feel like that's why some black, like say far like Oprah, Medea, somebody like that, for example, when they get to the top, they feel like they don't want to come back down and help the rest of the black community because they feel like, oh, they just gonna cry, they gonna bring me down. You know what I'm saying? They hating on me. They never was there when I was on the grind. You know what I'm saying? When I do the struggle, they never was there with me. You know what I'm saying? So when you get to the top, you got a lot of people up there that's not coming back reaching back, bringing back that ladder to build the other people up. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's a lot of that going on too.
Right. It happens. It happens, and you know we see it all the time. But you know we can't get discouraged by that's their choice.
Yeah,
see what I'm saying? That's their choice. Yeah. We understand that, but when you see it and how it makes you feel, you use that as fuel. You use that as fuel to push harder in what you're doing, and then you be that beacon of light. You know that you see the other person wasn't, to give back to your community to help. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen. This won't be the first time, it won't be the last time.
Right.
It's gonna happen, but we just gotta continue to push. And when I say we, I don't mean Black Men United. We gonna do that regardless. But I mean us as a people.
Community.
You know what I'm saying? We can't let what nobody else is doing or not doing deter us and say, oh, you see, they ain't giving back. You know, ain't no hope.
Yeah,
Nah. That's one person or even 5 or 10 people made that decision. But you still got millions and billions of others that could possibly make the right decision and the right choice. So you just gotta stay positive.
And I think that's the same thing when speaking to people and trying to put that positivity out there. When people come back with that negative stuff, a lot of people shut down and be like, I'm not gonna do it no more because I keep getting so much negative feedback.
Yeah. That was one of the feedbacks we was getting. That well, people were saying like, what about our name? When we first came up with the name, I said Black Men United. It was like, oh, you're gonna catch flack about that, this and that. The people gonna be able to, man, we're not worried about that because this name is too powerful. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not never let that discourage us.
You see the black, the red, and the green.
Ironically, man, the people that have been coming at us about our name been Black people.
Yes.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
They'll tear you down. You know what I'm saying? Before they help you out.
Yeah, man. Look,
But it's because they hate it because they didn't come up with it.
White people come up to me and say, okay, Black Men United. Okay. So how are y'all with other races? You know, that's the first thing they want to know. They want to know, are we finna revolt? Are we finna
you against everybody but Black men?
You know, white people, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing they're scared of.
Somebody as a terrorist.
Man, we ain't none nowhere near that. You know, it's all positivity over here, over this way. So, you know, once they learn about our organization and they understand what we got going on, you know, they support us. You know, they'll get out of our way.
Because it's all about making the world better.
Yeah, the people that's in our way are the ones that look like me and you.
And that's sad. That's the biggest problem is we are holding our own people back.
We holding our own people.
And we don't even realize it. Most people don't realize we the ones out here in the community going at each other all the time.
Exactly.
We the ones making it easy for somebody else to come at us because we always going at each other.
Exactly. It's like we're their entertainment.
Yeah, and it's close. It's close, and it's always close to home. I even got a cousin of mine. He never supports nothing what we're doing. You know, he's everything that's negative. You know what I'm saying? He don't screenshot that. He don't share nothing. He don't support in any kind of way because I think it's just self-hate. You know what I mean? Why would you be like that when you see somebody trying to help other people? You know what I'm saying?
Because he ain't come
That's
out
how
with
people,
it.
Period. You know what I'm saying?
He came from the same place he came from.
This is his own cousin we talking about.
Yeah.
I got family like that.
It's
I got
sad.
family they don't call the radio show. They don't got that post none of them fly. They don't come to no events I got going on.
But they see you doing something though. You trying to do something, make a way for your family and leave a legacy. You know what I'm
They
saying?
don't care.
Everybody don't respect it.
But yeah.